today's video, actually, it's a bonus episode of the podcast. So we wanted to apologize for the editing, and there was a couple mishaps in the first video. Apparently, Skype didn't save our video in the first episode, so I had to go back and record it just off of the phone. So I noticed a couple of notifications that came up, and I truly, truly, truly apologize for that. That definitely won't happen in this episode. This is more gonna be more a professional episode. Also, just to let you guys know, episode one is live. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll definitely link the video in the description. Also, before I get started, so this is not gonna be like episode one. This is gonna just be a bonus episode. So basically, we're just gonna talk about like just main topics that I brought up. So some good conversation starters. So I'm not gonna be asking him like info about himself, and it's just gonna be me and him this time. So we got all the intro stuff out the way. So before I get started, so with every new podcast and every episode I want to get started on, we're gonna talk about like all the new Funko Pops or Bad Presto figures that just released, and it's a good way to keep the Funko community interested in coming back. And so this just won't be um, um, sports related, because I understand some people actually sub to me for Funkos and not just for sports. So I wanted to keep, I don't I want to make everybody happy. Just put it like that. But anyways, so with the new Funko Pops, if you guys don't know, that Funko just announced new Mortal Kombat Funko Pops, and so it's Scorpion, classic Scorpion, which looks real cool. The only thing I kind of like mad about is that he don't have the little blade that comes out of his hand, the one with
Yeah,
the chain that goes, "Come over here." He don't
yeah,
have that, but he is in one of his classic poses and the classic yellow suit. Another one is Sub Zero with the blast, with the ice blast coming out of his hands, real cool. Classic Raiden with the regular hat. Now he does have a classic Raiden Funko Pop, but it's just different. It's the original yellow color. I mean, kind of brown, bright orange hat. If you know, I don't know if you ever seen the original. No, no, no. I think it was Mortal Kombat 2, the movie with the hat. I'm not sure. I don't remember where the hat is from, but it's the original hat. And he has the electric blast coming out of his hand. I believe that is a GameStop exclusive. And also classic Liu Kang with all black suit. So that's one of them. They also just announced new, I guess, president line. So it's Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy with Miss Kennedy, and Jimmy Carter, which is kind of real interesting, especially since they recently just did like so basically is icon line. Icon line is just like celebrities, like they had Albert, like like history, like the history line. So like Albert Einstein type of people like that. So they just announced that. Uh, Hot Topics also getting in Lady, Mount Lady, My Hero Academia. You don't probably don't know who she is, and
no.
Mai Hasumi. And also as of today, as of 10/10/19, One Punch Man Satima is getting released tonight. You probably will see this probably uploaded tomorrow. So if you guys don't know, if you guys have no idea, if you're just watching this, yes, Satima would be live. And Bad Presto just announced the new Miro from My Hero Academia. Once again, you don't know who he is, but a lot of people do. Yeah, you gotta go watch My Hero Academia, man. It's a real good show. Also, if you guys don't know, Figure Arts at New York Comic Con just announced Great Ape Vegeta, which probably is probably gonna be over $100, and Captain Ginyu of the Ginyu Force, which I'm personally excited for. So I can't wait for that one. Man, it's gonna be amazing. But anyways, that's all the news I got for today on Funko Pops and Van Presley, or just figure. I'm just gonna call this figure info. But anyways, time to get on to the main topic, and oh man, I got some goodies. So on the first video, me and you predicted that the Los Angeles Dodgers
Yeah,
was gonna win that series, and we both are wrong on that.
yeah.
So basically, so the Dodgers are winning until what, the sixth or the seventh inning?
No, it was the eighth inning.
Okay, so they were winning. You watched the game fully, right?
I watched. I was actually watching a Twitch streamer called Giraffe Neck Mark watching it, and he was showing and he was telling everybody what was going on. And the Dodgers bring in Clayton Kershaw, and he gave back-to-back home runs. And then the 10th inning, a ball that everybody thought that um, Howie Kendrick missed, he actually hit for a grand slam.
So before we get started on that, so I made some topics on this. I wanted to just to get this out the way. So first of all, we're gonna talk about Dave Roberts' coaching decision to put Kershaw in. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a good choice to put him in.
well, to me, Kershaw is just horrible in the
Yeah,
postseason. Hey, he's the and don't get me wrong, he's one of the greatest regular season pitchers of all time. And
yeah,
me and you had this conversation on outside of a recording. But I told you before, he's the greatest regular season pitcher of all, well, one of them of all time. But when it comes to the postseason, he's horrible. So I
yeah,
just didn't understand Dave Roberts' decision to put him in the game when he had basically Kenley Jansen in the he could have put Kenley Jansen in the eighth and did like the correct counsel with Hader. I understand that that would be a controversial move. He had Kenta Maeda, who was lights out this whole postseason. He was just completely dominating the Nationals, and he just completely decided to go with Kershaw. I just didn't understand that coaching decision. And then when Kershaw just comes in the game, he gives up two back-to-back blasts to their two best hitters. I just
yeah.
don't I just don't understand that coaching decision. Now, another thing too I wanted to talk about was Kike Hernandez. Let's look on the Dodgers bright side. Kike Hernandez being clutch in the postseason.
Oh yeah,
This guy, he's real clutch, man. Real underrated. He did have an error in one of the plays, but he hits another bomb, and another thing too. Like, why is he not starting when he's clutch in the postseason? I don't know. I just think a lot of errors by Dave Roberts, and I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised the Dodgers release him for that. You got anything to say about that?
no, I mean, I don't know why he went in the 10th inning and put in Joe Kelly.
That's another thing too. But I could understand the Joe Kelly one is because Joe Kelly is clutch in the postseason, especially with Boston. He had a phenomenal run with Boston in
Yeah,
the
he
in,
did.
in the postseason. So, and he's the main part of that World Series for Boston. So I understand that one, and it's technically Joe Kelly's fault. I mean, it was the pitch selection I think that he was using when he gave up that blast to Howie. And shout out to Howie Kendrick, man. I mean, you know me, I'm an Angels fan. So you know how
Yeah,
much I loved when Howie hit that bomb. It was like, oh man, this is my dude. I absolutely love this guy. But man, I mean, it was shocking. I couldn't believe it. When he first hit it, I just thought it was a regular sac fly. And then the
that's
ball
what
just kept
everybody thought.
traveling. Huh?
That's what everybody thought. That was a normal fly ball. Even the announcers from the game thought there was gonna be a sacrifice and the lead run and then the runner moving the third and it just got over the fence.
Yeah. But man, what a game, man! I mean, like I said, we both got two rounds. both on those predictions. Oh, funny
And
too
who
is that,
knows?
huh?
I said, and who knows? We probably might get the other part of the World Series prediction round today too.
Okay, yeah. Before I get to that, so apparently in episode one, I kind of messed up my words, and I said in my predictions, I had said I was going for Houston and the Astros to win the World Series. So technically, in episode one, I didn't go for the Dodgers. I didn't notice that when I was editing the video, but anyways, we're gonna let that one go. So, anyways, so I wanted to. So the second topic I wanted to talk about. So I was switching back and forth when I was watching the game, and there was a little show called AEW, and I wanted to talk about this in episode one, but it had totally slipped my mind. So if you don't know AEW, All Elite Wrestling, it's a wrestling that's on TNT. It's their own company. It's I believe it's owned by Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. If you guys are WWE or wrestling fans, you guys know who they are. Um, but they're having a little feud with WWE. Their little competition going out between each other. So crazy thing is, it was just crazy that I magically just turned the channel, and there was five guys in the ring. I noticed two of them. The other three guys, I didn't know who they were, but Chris Jericho was talking. So Chris Jericho has his own little crew. I forgot the name that he said that they were
Yeah, he
together.
did that last week.
Yeah. So in the show, he's over there like trying to beep up the crowd, and then he starts talking about his what you call it he starts talking to the guys. He's trying to like get the crowd to know who these people are. So, and one of the things, and then so he says who the guys are. So then it was good. It was good. I mean, the guys when they the guys that he pointed out, the three other guys that I didn't know, but didn't look too good of a wrestlers in my opinion. Even though I don't know who they are, so I don't want to judge them off of looks, but just by the look of that, they just don't look entertaining. But the last guy that he got to was an interesting guy. I don't know if you know who he is.
You talking about former WWE superstar Jack Swagger?
So he gets to Jack Swagger, and it instantly shocked me because he went when he announced them. He announced them as his real name. He didn't say Jack Swagger. I
Yeah,
forgot his real name, but he announced them as that. So then in the middle of the what's the word I'm looking for? The promo. So in the middle of the promo, he's talking about Jack Swagger, and it like and not even in the middle. So as soon as he starts talking, the fans start chanting, "We the people, we the people, we the people." So so Jericho surprisingly stops the crowd. So he says, "Hold on a minute, wait a second." So the crowd shuts up, and he's like, he says something, and then he's like, "So I understand this we the people crap." He's like, "Oh yeah, I know that saying." He's like, "That's a saying that some and don't take these words out because I'm not saying it correctly, but it's not specifically word for word. So, but he's basically saying those are words that some not idiots. I forgot what he said, but he's like that's something a character that writers stupid writers were using. He's like, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We the people sucks. And the fans started cheering and going crazy. And I literally got the chills from that. And I'm getting the chills now because they're just saying like you got a guy who's a legend in
Yeah.
WWE, a legend. As far as I know, I don't know if he left on bad terms with WWE. But as far as I know, when he had the list thing going on and all that,
He
I
actually
didn't hear
leave on
any
bad
grumblings.
terms.
I'm sorry.
He actually did leave in bad terms.
So if you know the whole story. If you do, enlighten us.
Yeah, I was watching top 10 like on YouTube on a WWE channel. Somebody that got a WWE channel, and they were saying that, and they were like that he had got into a feud with Vince McMahon, and he called Vince McMahon a mother effort. He was like, "Come on, mother effort, let's do this." And all Vince did to him was told him, "Calm down, Junior." And from there, that was his way of leaving the company. Where he
Oh,
felt disrespected because he just answered him simply, "All right, calm down, Junior."
oh, okay. So now that perfectly makes sense. So, yeah. So during the segment, he does all that, and I'm completely sitting here shocked. So instantly, I just want to talk about it because I eventually went back to watching MLB. But man, it was a crazy segment, and I thought I had a blast watching it. But I was shocked. I couldn't believe that he just took a jabs at WWE like that. And it's crazy too because, like I said, he is a Hall of Famer. He's the first ever undisputed champion. That's
Yeah,
gonna go down for. He's the only guy. I remember he used to do promos on this back in the days. The only guy to beat The Rock, on Austin, and I think Triple H all in the same night.
yeah. It was that fatal four way, and he won the belt.
Nah, it was the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the tournament. He was said he beat all those guys all in the same night to win the undisputed. I don't know if he beat Brock. I don't remember. I might have to do a fact check on that one. But yeah, crazy episode, man. AEW is definitely gonna give WWE problems. The
yeah,
only thing is so I talked to you to before, and I told you I was like AEW reminds me of TNA right now. So
yeah.
they're gonna try to go hard. They're gonna try to get their best things out right now. I think it's gonna have a lasting effect. It's gonna last longer than TNA. TNA problem was TNA had a lot of problems. Let's just put it like that. But for the first couple years, they were real good. And I used to watch TNA until they started doing matches that didn't make any sense. And AEW cannot fall on that. So if they want to beat WWE, which is gonna be hard, they are beating them in ratings. I don't know if they beat them last night. Uh,
I'm sure they won't know until probably Monday.
All right, so the next podcast we'll talk about the ratings. So with that out of the way, I want to switch topics, and funny too because in one of my previous videos I did talk about wanting to talk about AEW, but I said I didn't know too much about the company to for me to give my opinion on it, so I decided
Yeah,
not to say anything. So so now is a good time since it is live on TV. I could now start watching it, so I could give my opinion on it. But now with topic number two, I want to talk about. I don't know if you heard recently, boxer Errol Spence Jr. getting into a car crash.
nah, I haven't heard that.
So the boxer Errol Spence Jr. He's the champion. I don't know what I forgot what weight division he's in, but he's the champion of the world. He beats one of the best fighters in boxing right now. Got into a car crash. He actually flipped his car and is in serious condition right now. Uh, the only thing that probably saved his life is that I believe it was a Porsche, but it ejected him from his car.
Oh man,
So yeah, so prayers for Errol Spence. I hope he lives through this because that definitely be a sad moment if anything happens to him. So prayers
yeah,
for Errol Spence Jr. Man, you got anything to say about that?
nah, that's crazy. That just reminds me of Not too long ago, I watched a story about UFC fighter who got hit by the train,
Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes, and seeing the struggles that he went through, and hopefully this guy don't have to go through the same thing. Even though it's like two separate incidents, it's still like they're still up on top.
Yeah, Matt Hughes personally hit me on a personal level because he is from Illinois,
Yeah,
and I grew up watching him. And then when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, seeing him sitting there, him kind of twitching, and
yeah, it
it,
was
it,
sad.
it hurt. Uh,
Yeah, it was kind of sad to watch.
yeah, it hurt my heart, man, seeing Matt Hughes
Yeah,
like that. So, and then there was a promo that I believe I'm not sure if it was Connor or somebody did a promo and was talking crap about him, and whoever did that, I don't remember the fighter, but I totally lost all respect for them for that one. I
yeah,
don't remember. I don't remember who the fighter was, but I lost all respect for them.
yeah.
But
You said to
anyways,
look up somebody like that.
yeah. So anyways, I wanted to. This is an interesting topic. Trying to brighten up the mood just a little bit more. Uh, so anyway, so I was going through some news and I was reading it. So, so apparently, in Georgia, officials discovered a fish called snakehead.
Snakehead,
So, huh?
snakehead.
Snakehead. So apparently, it's a real endangered fish. But the officials, and by the way, this is a story from Nicole. I believe her name is Nicole Derrick from Fox News. I probably just butchered that name. I'm so sorry if I did. My horrible handwriting. I can't meet it. I can't read my own handwriting. But anyway, she's Nicole from Fox News. She reported that. So basically, the title is "Snakehead Discovered in Georgia." Officials say kills it immediately.
What?
So the only reason why they said to kill it immediately is because the fish could apparently negatively impact native species because they compete for territory.
Oh,
so
wow.
so basically they're real danger to the environment. So if you guys live in Georgia, you guys see a snakehead. We don't have a picture of a snakehead, but you could Google one if you ever see it. Official says to kill it. Let me tell you something, because I did see the picture of it. It's a real ugly fish, and if I would have come across that, I would definitely kill it.
Our first instinct.
Oh man. But anyways, with the fourth topic, I want to talk about get your opinion on this. So apparently, the Washington Redskins fired Jay Gruden after going 0-5. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, I don't blame him. It's the whole organization, the owners that don't want to put into the team. Like I was watching, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, LeVar Arrington, and he was talking about it, and he said that he don't know if it still happens now, but he said when he was playing, like to talk to the owner, you couldn't look eye to eye to him. You
Wow.
had to talk to him by looking at the ground, and that's the way you had to talk to him.
Wow.
So he said that he's been saying this for years. That it starts from the front office. The front office doesn't respect players. So when you don't respect players, you don't get players. You don't get players that want to play for you. And then you see guys like Jay Gruden that got to get the blame for it.
Yeah. I mean, they are 0-5 right now, so I believe they're the only team that's doesn't have a win, right?
I believe so. And it's like their last two games were blowouts.
Yeah, they got destroyed the last two games.
Yeah, Chicago beat them by a blowout. The next team that played them blew them out too. So it's like when you're getting blown out like that, I guess you could blame the coach for not having the guys prepared.
Yeah, I kind of sad for Jay Gruden. I still think he's a good coach. I think he'll find a job
Yeah,
somewhere else. But it can't really you can't really say that when your team is 0 for 5. So
and
regardless if it's front office or not, you can't have your team going 0 for 5.
on top of that, he didn't know like the interim coach now still don't know who's he gonna start on Sunday.
Yeah,
He still haven't said that the rookie's gonna start. He said he's not ready to start the rookie yet, so it looked like Case Keenum's gonna start again.
yeah. So anyways, that's about it. Let's just talk about something else. So anyways, with the last thing we wanted to do is so I want to leave this as open topic. So every time, so for every podcast, we're just gonna leave this as open topics. And as of right now, I got the only open topics as of right now. So in the future, Big T Dog will have some, but for right now, I got the open topic. So as of today, 10-10, the Giants play the Patriots. Who you got?
I got the Patriots.
Got the Patriots too. Um,
They look like nobody could stop them right now.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good game. I probably won't watch it because probably be too busy watching the Houston game today. But I don't know.
Oh,
I probably won't. Huh?
they play tonight.
The Houston?
No, the Patriots and Giants.
Yeah, Patriots and Giants are tonight. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so anyways, the San Jose Sharks versus the Blackhawks.
I want
So
to see the Blackhawks do good.
I didn't mention this in the first episode because I'm not a big hockey guy like how I used to be. I'm sure you're not a big hockey guy.
Nah, not too big.
The only time I was watching hockey, and I admit it, I'm probably a fake fan, but the only time I was watching hockey is during the playoffs, and it's the only
In that category too, I that's when I would watch the Blackhawks and support them when they're in the playoffs.
that's the only time I watch the Blackhawks is when they're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So I believe their team is pretty good this year. They got some good players in the off season, but let's see. I mean, I can't really say that because, like I said, I'm a fake fan. I haven't watched them in a long time. So, but as far as I know, from word of mouth, they're a pretty good team this year. So, if you guys don't know, like I said, we're Chicago bias here. I mean, let's be honest. So we're gonna root for Chicago, but yeah. So that's a good game to look out for too. And also just the Tampa Bay versus the Astros. So let's see what happens tonight. I believe the Astros got it because they got Garrett Cole tonight, but can never. I mean, just a prime example yesterday with the Dodgers and the Nationals.
or
So
yeah, and game four too when they had Justin Verlander and he got rocked in the first inning.
yeah, so it's gonna be a good game, man. Definitely got to watch that game. Hopefully they clutch it out. So I wanted to talk about Zion Williamson because yesterday, if you guys don't know, that they played the Chicago Bulls, and the Chicago Blues was blowing them out in the first two quarters, and then slowly let the Pelicans come back. Now, before we go say anything, we know it's preseason, and and we know that the Bulls aren't really too good like that. I mean, this is coming from a Chicago Bulls fan. We got a little bit of promise. Our starters showed they are a dangerous team because
Yeah,
they were blowing out their starters in the first half. But the problem is that you got to finish the game. Like, I don't care if
Yeah.
you're the bench players. You guys got to finish, man. And there's no way why we should be winning by what 10 points, 10, 12 points, and then let them come back. I don't know. Did you watch the game?
No, I didn't get to watch the game yesterday.
Yeah. So apparently, Zion is comes out of it as the bigger talk. So nobody cares about the Chicago Bulls. So everybody's talking about him and about how dominant Zion was yesterday. But I believe we hold him. I mean, we did our. He could have definitely went off yesterday, but we hold him down just a little bit. But our Bulls team, like I said, who knows what would have happened if our starters were still playing the whole game? Maybe if this was a regular season game, we would have blown them out. But
Probably.
because as soon as the Pelicans start coming back, we probably would have started scoring. We would have put
Yeah.
our starters back in there, and but yeah. So how do you feel about the new rookies for the Bulls?
Man, I feel I was kind of upset that I watched the first game and they didn't have the rookie point guard starting.
Yes,
And
for
for me, I'd rather have him start and have Chris Dunn come off the bench with the second group
yeah.
and let him
So
do the second group.
for people who don't know, the rookie you talked about, you want to say his name?
Oh, Kobe White.
Uh, so he's talking about Kobe White, and I agree too. I mean, this kid got a lot of promise. I like his hair. He got a little afro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got a lot of promise for us, man. I like how he attacked because there was a lot of times. I believe in the first game or last night's game, he was attacking their big. No, the first game when he was attacking the Lopez's. The Lopez's are big 7 foot giants, and you
Actually,
just
I was kind of shocked that Brooklyn got both Lopez brothers.
yeah, that's great. It's actually pretty smart because, like I said,
Yeah.
they're both giants. So
Yeah.
imagine just two big brothers, and I believe Stacey King. If you guys don't know, Stacey King is our analyst. He was making jokes saying, oh yeah, oh no, Neil Funk. Neil Funk's the other analyst who is retiring this year.
Yeah, he
Uh,
retired season.
yeah. So he made a joke saying, oh yeah, it's like if they're back in Stanford bullying people because I
That's a
think
good one.
Robin Lopez took this game to heart, and he wanted to pay the Bulls back for letting them go.
Yeah.
Yep. So he had a good game, man.
Not only for letting him go, but for last year during the second half that they didn't want to play him.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get traded to Golden State, and they didn't want to trade him.
Yeah.
So he's taking it really to heart.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, I wanted to talk about there's a little game coming out called Pokemon, and it's called Pokemon Sword and Shield. So recently Game Informer's been Game Informer is a magazine company, and recently they've been teasing the starters evolution because Game Freak hasn't announced the starters yet. Well, they announced the starters, not the evolutions of the starters.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Are you familiar with the starters this year with the new game
No.
coming out? So there's three Pokemon. They're called is a water Pokemon called Sabo. The other one is like it's a monkey type Pokemon. It's the grass and it's called Grookey. So he's like a little monkey with like a little leaf coming out of his mouth, and
Okay.
he holds a branch. So and then the third one is uh is a bunny fire type called Scorbunny. So I just wanted to see if you were to pick one of those three Pokemon, and what starter would you go with? Are you Team Sabo, Team Grookey, or Team Scorbunny?
I'll take the last one. It probably sounds the coolest.
Scorbunny?
Yeah.
So with me, every time I play a Pokemon game, I always go with the fire type starters. But seeing that uh Grookey sounds real interesting because in the interviews they were teasing him. So when Game Freak was teasing him, they said that he's like uh how did they say? So it's like an evolution, like an evolution of man. So it's like he's gonna be like it's gonna surprise everybody. So I'm kind of interested in him. I'm still gonna go with Score Bunny like you, but just real interesting. I just wanted to talk about that because I am. That's probably one of my most. I believe I said in episode one. In episode one. Oh, you know what? I didn't get to say that in episode one because I never uploaded it. Mine's. But in episode one, I did talk about my game of the year and basically so I didn't get to talk about my game of the year and I didn't get to talk about my most anticipated game. So my most anticipated game is, if you guys don't know this, is the Sword and Shield, and I can't wait for that game to come out. But my game of the year is Resident Evil 2 remake. Now I had a problem with giving Resident Evil 2 remake because the game's already out, and I don't like giving games that came out like a remaster or remakes. I don't like giving them game of the year, but it's kind of it has its own thing because it's it's a remake. It's not like the original. The original was just pixelated characters, like walking, not walking sticks, but they're pixelated. They're 3D images. So,
Yeah.
so that technically that's it's a different game because these characters are actually the character models and not walking sticks. So definitely in my game of the year. I know people could argue for Control. Um, you know any games out there right now that you watch?
Now the games I mostly watch is either Fortnite, Forge games, or Call of Duty.
Yeah, so but those games ain't winning game of the year. So sorry to
Huh.
tell you that. I mean probably might win like best multiplayer game of the year. But which we could talk about the little thing with Call of Duty being they have that one mode being locked out for only PS4 players, even though they have announced crossplay. You want to talk about that? Do you have any idea what that is?
What?
So apparently, so when people pre-order on PS4, when they pre-order Call of Duty, there's a mode called I think it's called Specs mode. There's a mode on there it's only exclusive to PS4 owners, which totally undermines the crossplay thing that they
Yeah.
came out with. So people are kind of pissed off about it. A lot of people are canceling their pre-orders on it. Me personally, it's not a mode I would play, so it doesn't really affect me. But I can understand people's being mad about it and huh?
Oh yeah, I could see it too.
Yeah, because when you bought the game, you wanted to play with your friends. You
Yeah.
didn't want to. So why would you make an exclusive mode only to PS4 players? I just don't understand that, especially when it's crossplay.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah, it don't make any sense.
No, I
Uh,
don't.
I, and hopefully, because I do have a lot of friends on Xbox, and I try to give I'm trying to get people to come back and play Call of Duty. Even though the thing is too is like it's such a bummer because I did play the alpha and the alpha was amazing. I had a blast playing the alpha. The alpha was real good. I haven't played a Call of Duty like this since Black Ops One, in my opinion. Not as good as Black Ops One because I don't think that they're never ever gonna top Black Ops One ever. But it was good. I mean, I had a blast. I love the gun customization. I had a blast playing it. I had a lot of videos say. I believe I have a lot of PS4 captured in my capture gallery. I have a lot of recordings saved of me getting all my kills. Maybe I'll upload it to YouTube. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but there was one time, so it was crazy because when I was playing the alpha, I um, I got a 15 kill streak,
Hmm.
and in the new Call of Duty, that's enough to get Juggernaut. Cause I don't know if you know Juggernaut is back in the game,
Oh
and
yeah,
you know how I hate Juggernaut, but it would have been cool to get Juggernaut in the thing, and
yeah, it will.
but it was crazy because I was at 15 kills. I didn't even know I was on a 15 kill streak until I get the because I believe I have it on 12, and that's enough to get the chopper gunner. But when it popped across my screen and it told me because I'm not paying attention to like the kill streak
Nah, you
notifications.
more paying attention on killing people.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the people and I'm paying attention
Yeah.
to the map. So I'm not really looking at the kill streaks, but then it popped up on my screen said you're at 15 kill streak. You got Chopper Gunner. So I was like, oh my god! So it was crazy, and so I get the Chopper Gunner, and I haven't and you guys don't know, but I totally stopped playing Call of Duty. So I didn't play Call of Duty until World War the huh?
World War II.
Is that the official name of it?
Yeah.
So I not World at War.
No,
I'm talking
World
about
War.
I'm talking about the one that came before Black Ops 4.
Yeah, World War II.
Oh, it's called World War Two.
Yeah.
So I played World War Two. I played Black Ops 4, and now I'm definitely playing this one. But in those two previous games, I don't believe they had the chopper gunner.
No,
And
I don't think they did.
all right, because when I got it, I totally forgot how to use it, and I totally forgot that there's a thermal button. So when I got it, I'm in the air. I wiped everybody out, and then the map we're playing. I forgot the name of the map, but it instantly puts the other spawn into the cave. So I have my mic on. And I'm telling my teammates, I'm like, "Hey, get them out of the cave and flush them out." And I'm in the sky with the chopper gunner. So I guess nobody had they probably had their mics on mute or whatever because nobody was listening. But every time somebody came running out of the cave, I just lit them up, and I was literally killing that game. I do have that game saved, so maybe I would upload it to YouTube because I was
That,
shocked.
that probably could be a good upload.
Yeah, so I was shocked. I was like I believe I went like 30 and 15 if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember how much I would, but it was a good game. And like I said, I haven't played a game like that since the old Black Ops, since Black Ops 2, where I was like so focused and I put so much time into Call of Duty where I was getting kill streaks like that. But I haven't. This game made me feel good, and then it's just a bummer that they added the exclusive thing that just brought it like they were up here, then they brought everybody back down here.
Oh,
So
you
and then
talking about that Special Ops thing?
yeah,
Yeah, I seen a preview of it, and I was like, why would you make it only for PS4 when your whole purpose of this game is to all systems could play together?
yeah, crossplay, yeah.
Yeah.
So but anyways, but I thought it was funny, man. But but yeah, I haven't had a blast playing the Call of Duty game like this in a long time, man. It's gonna be real interesting what happens when that game officially launches because that game also comes out on the same day as Outer Worlds, and if you guys don't know, Outer Worlds is a studio, private X. So it's kind of weird because Xbox bought the rights to I forgot the name of the studios, but it's the same people who made Fallout New Vegas. But then Xbox recently just bought their studios, even though this game is cross-platform. But their next game will probably be an Xbox exclusive. But this game looks amazing. I think it's potentially up there to win Game of the Year. Depends. I just got to get it in my hands and then give my opinion on it. And also, Death Stranding is also coming out, so let's see how that one is. a lot of people are crapping on it. I mean, I got faith because it's Hideo Kojima, and I love Kojima, but man, it looks like a UPS, like your UPS delivery guy running around, and that's what I get from it. That's what everybody's vibes, what they get from it. But yeah, so I don't know, man. You got anything on top of your head right now?
No, not really.
This podcast been going for about 46 minutes, so if we want, we can end it right now. You sure you got nothing on top of your head right now?
No, I don't got nothing on top of
Nothing
my head right
interesting? What
now.
about the Joe Madden signing?
They were saying that they should be announcing it within the next couple of days.
I did read the article that he is being announced as the new Los Angeles Angels head coach.
Yeah,
Real good for him. Unfortunately, could have stick with the Cubs, but I think it was about time. I think the Cubs needed, and you probably speak to this better than I would, but I think the Cubs needed a different face in there.
yeah.
Uh, Speaking of that, you know what? Let's just talk about that right now. Who would you rather have as a coach right now? That's open out there.
Um,
You got guys like Mark DeRosa. You got, like you said, Raul Banez. You had
my first guess was Joe Girardi, but now recently, since yesterday, now they're talking about them trying to talk to the Astros bench coach Espada. They want to talk to him to see if he wants to some way come and coach.
so as a White Sox fans, that's music to my ears. But as a Cubs fans, uh, do you like that move?
I don't know because he's been in the game for they said over 40 years, but he never had the opportunity of managing.
So as far as my knowledge right now, they are interviewing first time coaches. So I don't know what's the deal with that. Girardi is an option out there. I just don't understand why, especially with the knowledge and how he was, how many championships he brought for the Yankees. I just don't understand why he's not the number one option right now for them.
Yeah, they interviewed him yesterday for 8 hours. He said everything went great. And they said, I think it was today or tomorrow, they're supposed to interview David Ross. And
I believe
David Ross said that he wants to interview, and then after the interview, he wants them to give him the job.
that's tough right there because that's basically saying, hey, if you interview me, you better hire me. If not,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want
exactly
the
what
job.
he's trying to say. So
That's
he's like, I'm
that's
gonna
really
go
tough.
into this interview, and then I'm gonna come out, and I want to sign the deal.
That's tough because you're putting a lot of pressure on Theo Epstein. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure he would like that. So who knows? Who knows how that's gonna happen? It's gonna be interesting for the Cubs. Um, but like I said, as you as a Cubs fan, how do you feel about all that?
I mean, I would like to see Joe Girardi, but if it's a first year coach, why not have a guy like how they reports are talking about Espadia that got years of experience in the major leagues coaching, beside well not as a manager but as assistant coach, preparing just like a manager. So
Yeah. But I think he'll be good because he, like you said, I believe me as a White Sox fan, Hawk Harrelson was our podcast for a lot of years. He said something that I liked with Ricky Renteria because when the White Sox signed Ricky Renteria, I wasn't a fan of it, but he did say something that since he is a Spanish speaking
yeah, that's what I
uh,
was about to say. It's gonna help with the
right,
language barrier.
the
There's
bilingual barrier, yeah.
a
So
lot of guys on the team that
believe
don't
it or
even
not, believe it or not, in baseball, that's huge for a coach.
yeah.
Super huge for
Yeah,
a
because
coach.
a lot of the guys are just coming from their country without no lick of English.
Yeah, and you guys know, uh, baseball is a predominantly Spanish male sport. A lot of
Yeah,
Spanish guys play baseball. A lot of good ones too, and most of them come in there, like you said, from straight from their country, don't speak English. So when you got a coach who knows bilingual, it makes it easier for the player, it makes it easier for the coach. So that'll be huge right there. But technically, you don't need to know Spanish to win a World Series. So, but anyways, it's a good one. My socks right now are talking about. I mean, I see that's another thing I always hate. Is talking about a sport that's still going on. So, so like, what I mean by that is like baseball still going on. So I don't like to talk about the next season when when the
yeah.
season's still going on. But
Especially if this both season's been playing out. It's like
yeah,
stop all that talking about the off season. They're just focusing on the good baseball.
right. I do, but I do say this. Coming as a White Sox fan, I kind of hope um uh, the Nationals third baseman
Rendon.
Anthony Rendon. I do hope he gets let go. I hope he does resign, and the White Sox need to go after that dude because he's a stud.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see him resigning with the Nationals. So your mom just walked in on the room and you didn't know. But
I heard it.
but anyways, but yeah, so I think right now would be a real good time to just end the podcast. You got anything else? You sure you don't got anything else you want to talk about?
Now that's it.
Yeah, so we've been going for about 52, close to 53 minutes. I think it'll be a good time to end the podcast. I'm all out of topic, so to throw this out, I'm gonna do like you ever seen Pardon the Interruption?
I was about to say that Tony reality.
Yeah.
He throws it at the camera.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's the podcast. So I'm gonna definitely link the episode one in this video. Like I said, this is a bonus episode, guys. So this is not gonna be episode two. So episode two, I also wanted to talk to you about that. So basically, I wouldn't like to do it on a Sunday because Sunday is football, and I want to do this early. So I'm gonna try to get this out a little bit earlier, and for me to edit and all that. So Sunday would be a bad time for us. So would you like to do this on Saturdays?
Yeah,
So we could do this on Saturdays now. So with not this Saturday because by the time this video goes up, it would be Saturday.
yeah.
So so or I don't know when I'm gonna upload this because I do plan for you guys out there. I do have my New York Comic Con Funko Pops in, so I want to do a video on that right quick and get that out there because I promised you guys, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting because around this time, this is when everybody starts uploading their New York Comic Con videos. So I don't want you guys to get worn out of New York Comic Con. I understand that it can't be worn out because I am one of those guys that where I watch. I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch all of my YouTubers because I do watch other YouTubers. I watch their videos and I learn from them, and then just love their content. But it runs the time where everybody starts putting out their New York Comic Con stuff. So I understand you guys don't want to see the same things over and over and over again. So I'm definitely gonna try to get that out before anything. And then when this goes live, you guys definitely, I would upload this and all within today, so you guys could have some good episodes to watch on my channel. And
Yeah.
yeah, so with that being said, guys, this is the episode. Hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, all you guys' help is welcoming. I mean, it definitely helps out the channel. So if you guys leave a like, man, we'll truly greatly appreciate it. If you guys don't, it's also fine either. As long as you guys come and just be entertained, that's fine with me also. You got anything to say to the people?
Just help us out with the support and let's keep this going.
Yep. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you guys later.